Mama, na digital blessing. High tech, they rise, no stressing. Money boy on the video. I see numbers on my screen. Green candles make me lean. My people, them, they win. High tech, they flow like stream. Enough we go down. Now only young we know. All my people gather round. Make we show them how we grow. High tech, na juju money. Juju money. Price they rise infinitely. My God, dash us this blessing. This blessings. Digital money no go rest, oh. No rest. Sharp pattern they confirm. Every trader they affirm. All time high no be ceiling. Market makers them they feeling. My brother.
All right. So I think everything is ready to live stream. Allow me to quickly confirm if that's the case. If the sound is good. Indeed. The music was playing. Okay, okay, we confirmed the sound, so we can start. My name is Hightech, of course. I'm the creator of Hightech Meme Coin, and on these live streams, I talk about what just happened today in the cryptocurrency market, what I think about it, and how well, or how at all Hightech performs in current market environment. I will comment on that a little bit too. In the meantime, let me quickly check how everything is going here. Am I having everything in order? But seems like I do, so we can start. So yeah, let's talk about what is up in the crypto market today. By the way, if you have any questions, of course, write them in the live chat on whichever platform you are watching this live stream. I will see it here, and then of course I will respond as quickly, as fast as I notice. Okay, so as you see, yesterday we had a little bit of negative volatility. Today, apparently, recent hours. I mean, we were recovering very nicely, and just recent hours we started to have some more of that. How long it has been? From here, like it's been like 2 hours, more or less 2 hours. We have a small sell-off last 2 hours, and to be honest, this is nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, this entire range is not really that impressive in crypto terms. I mean, if this was forex, we could be a little bit stressed about it. But while it's crypto, this is really nothing. This whole story from the very top to the very bottom, since we marked a new all-time high, this is below 5%, right? So this is really, really nothing. And I expect this thing to continue to go up, to be honest. I think the conditions that we have right now, the environment is absolutely perfect for it, even though the S&P has closed not so good on Friday, meaning yesterday. Yesterday's close wasn't that good, to be honest, because when we go over to S&P, here it is. You see, not only we have opened much lower than on Thursday. Later we were trying to recover, but unsuccessfully. And on top of that, the last 30 minutes, as you see, gave us dumping candles, right? So it definitely did not perform the best. But again, yesterday I was pointing out that Bitcoin shows more signs of the correlation than ever, and right now this is its opportunity to show that it in fact can be a completely decorrelated asset. It should act as a decorrelated asset. sooner or later it should catch that wind. And I think right now this is the best occasion, right? This is the best occasion because of market conditions, specifically speaking, those that we currently can see in the crypto market, zero interest, absolutely zero interest. And in this market context, it actually favors bulls. I keep saying that, especially that first months were very painful this year, and it literally has shaken out all of the people from this space. And during the second quarter, usually not many people are interested in investing, so it's a very boring season, a very boring period for overall global finance. That's why, hence the saying "sell in May and go away," right? But in the market context, when preceding months we have seen heavy sell-offs, that actually favors the bull, because whatever buying pressure, because there is no selling pressure anymore. That's the thing to realize. There is no selling pressure anymore because everyone and their mother have got shaken out. First months. So second quarter, there is nobody else to sell anymore. So whatever buying pressure is pushing up the price. So that gives the best conditions for market makers to actually print the chart, literally print whatever number on the chart as high as possible. The cost to it is very low because they do not have to realize gains of many people. In worst case scenario, so small fraction of overall market participants, then put a little bit of money into marketing, into the talking heads on television screens that everything is railing, everything is doing great, and now it's the time to invest. And of course, this way they can create exit liquidity, because right now if they sell now, we must realize where is the incentive to make a sell-off right now. Nobody is here, so the liquidity pockets are very deep right now. The gaps, right? The gaps that the liquidity that we currently have, they cannot really absorb large market orders, right? Large sell-offs. Because if anybody wants to withdraw, for example, from the crypto market with huge amounts, well, they will be suffering huge spreads. They will be overpaying in spreads. I don't know, $1 billion. How much they would have to pay? Like 30% maybe, right now. So that just does not add up. So much cheaper it is to actually keep drawing it, because there's no one's here anyway. So keep printing the price action higher and higher and higher, as high as it's possible, and then pay for a marketing campaign to bring the people in, so they create the exit liquidity, and then they do not have to suffer as huge spreads, right? So it's simple math. How you can make money, while having money, how you can make even more money, right? You just have to take steps the wise way, and that's it. I don't think this is overly complicated. Why this market definitely will not be dumping now, because there is no liquidity for it. Nobody wants to pay the spreads. So they will be doing a little bit of work to onboard that liquidity, to call that liquidity, because in global finance, everyone is making money on average Joe, nobody else. Anyone who is making money in this space makes money on the back of average Joe. Average Joe buys the top. average Joe inserts that limit buy order that gives the exit liquidity to those that actually know what they are doing, right? So if there is no average Joe, and right now definitely there is no average Joe, a single one, because if liquidation levels on Bitcoin are below how much? I wanted to say below $50 million, below even $35 million from 24 hours. So nobody's here. Like literally, we are, and I'm talking to an empty room, right now. If you are watching this live stream by some miracle, then you must be a hardcore crypto guy, or maybe a girl. I don't know, but you must be very, very deep into crypto, because I mean that what we can observe here tells us that only the most the most faithful people, crypto faithful people, stayed, and that's it. Okay, let's take a look at this chat here, just to keep track of it. Share, like, and subscribe, of course, if you haven't done so. If you watch it on YouTube, give it a like and subscribe. If you watch it on Rumble, follow. If you watch it on X, that also give me a follow. Also consider getting yourself at least a little bit of Hightech, my meme coin, the one I will be promoting until the grave, until my grave, because it has my face on it. It's a lifetime coin attached to me practically forever. Yeah, considering that my media is still very small, and from here the only way is up, right? When it comes to my reach on social media, that also is a very good harbinger for this coin too. So that's why I do not believe I advise you bad in that matter. But yeah, let's take a look at the sentiment. Let me quickly, not sentiment, sorry. Let's take a look at Google Trends for a moment, because Google Trends always, of course, has that capacity to reveal us a little bit more about what people are searching for. When it comes to Google, this is actually in Polish, allow me to change it to English. I think it will be much more useful for everybody here. Allow me also set it to United States. Actually, I'm supposed to prepare it before the live stream. Forgive me, I have not done this. Categories is okay, but last 12 months, yeah. Bitcoin search term for United States, because that's the biggest economy in the world. Those guys, they spend on crypto like nobody else does, actually. I don't know, maybe Saudi Arabia can compare, but I doubt it. Anyway, as you see, at 57, right? 50 I take as the average, not the average, the floor. The lower bound of what we should look at, even though at times we go lower than that, like here at 35, but I think the most frequent average, let's say, level here, when we are considering low levels, right, the lower side of this chart, I think we could agree it's something around 50, something in that vicinity. So right now we are getting up from there at 57. We are definitely in some sort of an uptrend, and that's it should be like that because we just marked new all-time high on Bitcoin. So that would be very, very weird if there is no any kind of downtrend, if there is uptrend, if there is a downtrend, for example. So that's correct, but it's still very low. As you see, it's still very low. 57, I mean, to 100, we are miles away. And on top of it, because 100 here, even if we have it somewhere here on the 16th of June 2024, that does not matter. Like for example, if tomorrow we go to some maximum, we are not going to go above this one. No, actually, this chart shows everything in a relative way. So from here we can actually go much higher than this level here, and this level will then melt away against a new stronger high, for example. So we don't really know how long this uptrend here will last. It does not have to get worn out at the same level from June 16th. I mean, in between June 16th and June 22nd. It doesn't have to be that way, but yeah, we'll see. What counts for us right now is that we are definitely in an uptrend, and again, that's correct because we just scored a new all-time high. The completely different situation is for crypto search term, which is quite surprising because this one does completely nothing. Actually, right now it's having even lower read than last week. Right, last week it looked like maybe it wants to start railing or get an uptrend like Bitcoin system got, but nothing like it, as you see. So this one is very curious, to be honest, but I think it's going to catch the buzz the same as Bitcoin. I mean, once the big business starts to make some noise, about what Bitcoin just has done, and once again, eyes of individual investors will turn the crypto way too, because people have that mentality that they missed the train. So where is the next train? So then they will look around, other assets from the same category, meaning crypto, of course, because like it or not, but Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency, so it's crypto. Some people want to separate it, and they say Bitcoin not crypto. No, Bitcoin is crypto. Even Satoshi Nakamoto was calling it crypto, a cryptocurrency, right? So that's very silly to actually say Bitcoin is something else. But yeah, so people will look at the next trend. What is the next trend? That effect happens every single time when Bitcoin rallies, and people miss it, right? And they always miss it, right? They always miss it. Then they just believe that whatever next coin they're going to buy will be the next Bitcoin, right? And every single cycle, of course, we get new narratives related to that. This cycle, most popular ones are meme coins, of course. I released a meme coin, even though my meme coin is somewhat vastly different than the average meme coin, because first of all, I admit it is mine, and it's a meme coin with influencer in the package. Which again, I think this is the only meme coin that has something like it. That it has an owner. Other meme coins, they are stray meme coins. They do not really have any owner. Nobody wants to admit that owns them. And why? Because they don't want to be attached to it when something bad happens, right? They want to retain that possibility, keep that doors open, to just wash their hands and just go out, right? Go out whenever it's comfortable, whenever it's beneficial. So with my coin, Hightech, that's a completely different story. I will keep promoting it forever, right? Forever. So that's a huge difference, and it's I think it's worth, of some notes here, of taking a notice. So all of it, even on Bitcoin, which the Bitcoin search term, which is in a slight uptrend, confirms that nobody's here. The level of liquidations super low. I mean, even for the weekend, right? Because admittedly, it's Saturday. Some places it's Sunday already. Like for example, where I'm at, it's actually already a Sunday. It's 3 a.m. So that's why I'm a little bit tired, but I still wanted to make this live stream just for the sake of duty. and yeah, I want to promote my meme coin, of course, as much as it needs, and that's one of its core fundamentals, that it has a very dedicated influencer on board that does not skip the days of live streams, even though recently I actually was live skipping some days, but only on my English media. On my Polish media, I was live streaming every single day. So most of the time I actually live stream to my Polish media and to my English media. So I do actually 2 live streams almost every day. And yeah, so that is why I strongly believe that this thing is definitely far from done. Definitely far from done. Let's quickly check this one here. All right. Okay, so what else can we look at here? Allow me to clean this one. Let's take a look at Bitcoin once more. So here, as you see, we had around 2 hours of sell-off, and now some buying pressure is kicking in. And when we compare this volume to other days, it's low. This sell-off definitely was not anything impressive. I mean, you have it here, right on hourly candles. We've seen many much taller candles recent weeks, so nothing serious is going on with this negative volatility. Again, in my opinion, this is nothing else but the bull shaking of random casual people that are trying to ride it, because that's the nature of the bull. Bulls hate to be ridden, right? Whenever somebody tries to mount them, they shake them off, right? They shake them out. So same is the case with the market bull. Whenever it feels that somebody tries to attach himself to their backs, then they start kicking, they start running and stuff, right? They do everything. They go sideways. They do everything to make that someone get off their back, right? So that's why I'm 100% convinced that this is just a price action noise, nothing else. And given that we still retain the same qualities in the crypto market, fundamentally speaking, nothing is changing, completely nothing. Market mechanics right now is at the same point as it was a few days ago. The situation is literally the same, so that is why we must continue to do the same we've been doing for some days already, right? That's my take on it. I don't really see any other thing happening, to be honest. So when it comes to the altcoin market, we are still staying above $250-245 billion level, and that's turbo important because this is a very significant level of support. We are holding it. We are above it. So again, I think I think very, very soon we'll see some fireworks. Very, very soon. And as well, when I look at it on the daily candle, it looks really good, to be honest. It gives me a very good vibe. Very good vibe. I cannot complain. Some people will say this is an M formation. I don't think so. I don't really think so. I mean, even here, right? You can see that we are going up. Maybe this interval is a little bit too big. Maybe let's go to 4 hourly. Maybe here is going to, yeah, I think here is somewhat more visible. This happens here. I think we are going to stay with it. And you know, this type of formation is a very common formation. I don't know. Might went like this. It's my touchpad is a little bit sensitive sometimes. Oftentimes on multiple intervals, you can see in uptrend, of course, you can see this type of formation that, you know, it goes up, then you know, people get a little bit too excited. We can see a spike like this that gets a sell-off, but the uptrend is, you know, in larger time scale, on larger candles, on larger intervals is retained, right? It's conserved, and then it just continues to rally. You can see this type of market behavior on many time frames, and it's very common, very common. It's very easy to spot it in whatever small, even small uptrend. Even if you go to 1 minute candles, you know, on whichever chart, you will see oftentimes that type of price action behavior. So yeah, I think it is literally that. It is literally that. Then we will of course be pressing against more or less this level here that we can say that we've been rejected from 283 to 280, 285, more or less that zone, $1 billion level, and I think we're going to deal with it, right? We are going to get rid of it. We are going to leave it behind. By the way, if you watch it live, give me a like, give me a follow, and share my content, of course, if you think it makes sense. It makes sense to share it, that I talk about whatever valuable here. Quickly allow me to check the live chat. Okay. What about X? I don't know why, but Rumble Studio does not show live chat from X. So yeah, I have to actually check it separately. So yeah, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Let's review Bitcoin dominance once again. We will review it every single day. Not much changes here, but we are just about to close this week. So this weekly candle. So that is why from the shape, from the fashion in which this weekly candle is going to be closed on multiple charts, we'll be able to read some, you know, either confirm some stuff or maybe try to challenge some stances, some takes. So yeah, again, it looks really good, especially with this daily candle closing red, second one starting red. I think this looks really promising, to be honest. This looks really promising because here we have this bullish hammer candle followed by red candle. So that means this uprise this uprise actually probably failed by now, and this thing doesn't really have much more steam, which should not be surprising to anybody, because, you know, when it comes to Bitcoin dominance, it's very analogic to the speed of light. And with the speed of light, MC square, that equation literally means that the more you get to speed of light, you need literally a square of additional energy, right, to advance. So the same is here. The higher this thing goes, the more difficult it is to actually keep progressing, keep um, keep rising that dominance, right? So so that is why I was pretty quick pretty quick to judge, what was going on here. I was expecting Bitcoin dominance to give up much earlier. I'm very surprised how high it has gone so far. It definitely exceeded my wildest expectations. But that's it. I honestly I do not believe we are going to see any further chapters of this series. I think the series has ended, literally, and time to change it. Time to search for something else on Netflix. To be honest. Okay, let's take a look at Heikin-Ashi, how it is looking on Heikin-Ashi now. On Heikin-Ashi, yesterday's candle is actually green. Heikin-Ashi is calculated a little bit different way, but it doesn't worry me because we are below 64.27. As you see, which should, at least in theory, should pose a lot of resistance, and it's doing its job. On top of that, in other dimension, considering this chart in other dimension, so on normal candles, it looks weak. This bounce already looks weak. So me, I'm satisfied. Me, I'm lucky. You believe in whatever you want, but me myself, I'm really satisfied with what I see here, and I think it literally confirms my thesis that we are just about to see this thing go really bad, really bad. And USDT dominance has been doing same thing. Yesterday's candle has closed red, as you see, and today's one has opened in red. So this one as well, we want to look as bad as possible. And it is looking terrible. It is looking like there is literally no hope for it. And that's what we want. That's literally what the entire crypto market wants. This one is not specific to crypto or to Bitcoin. This is for all of the crypto market, Bitcoin included. Absolutely amazing and difficult not to love it. Which other chart could I be talking about here? USDT I've discussed. Gold, of course, gold. Tokenized gold is PAXG, USDT, and this one is not giving up. This one is not giving up. But yesterday's candle doesn't look that good. It's a little bit of a shooting star. I think the red one is a shooting star. Is the green one in this shape a shooting star too? I don't remember the names of all of the candles, to be honest. All of the types. I used to. Long ago I used to. Later, later I realized it's not really the most important thing. Like for example, the algorithm that trades my own portfolio actually does not analyze daily candles or candles on large intervals. It derivates data in a completely different way. Those that later serve to interpret where the market really wants to go. But in some cases that they can increase probabilities, right? A little bit probabilities. It doesn't really matter if you don't remember the name of the candle. What you must remember is what it could potentially mean. So, once we have a candle like this one on top of the rally that is very squashed, and the candle body is very squashed, and it's in the lower section of its total length, in between high and low, or low and high, that generally tells us that there is some serious locally, of course, there is some serious problems with this uptrend. That there's something that is challenging this uptrend. But right now, as you see, the following candle has open green. But let me remind you, it's Saturday. So somewhere it's Sunday. Some places it's Sunday. Like for example, where I'm at, it's already Sunday. So that's why, until Monday, I would really not treat seriously Saturday and Sunday candles, because the Friday one, where the TradFi trades, when the TradFi trades, is showing us that something's on. Something's going bad under the hood here. So yeah. So however, today's candle. Oh, sorry, I'm confused. I've got a little bit confused. This candle is from Saturday. So yeah, this candle is actually from Saturday. So the Friday candle. Yeah, now I actually realized. Sorry, it's because it's because of those time zones here and there. Sometimes it's a little bit confusing. So yeah. So this candle then is from Sunday. So it doesn't count right then. Then it doesn't count. Forget about what I just said. It doesn't really count. So the one that counts is here. That counts for real is this one, and this one so far is still a lower high, right? So this is our all-time high. This is lower high, and technically speaking, this one here is still a lower high. So yeah, to know the real opinion of the market on whether we are in risk-on environment or risk-off environment. If Bitcoin goes higher, if Bitcoin makes new all-time high, that means that the market is still not very convinced that this is a risk-on environment. That there is at least in the best case scenario, the market is still split in between one and the other. But since Bitcoin is going up, since Bitcoin is rising, that could be suggesting to many that we are getting to it, right? We are getting to it. So, in my opinion, having seen everything what we've just reviewed on the crypto charts, on the crypto charts, I think on Monday we will see this thing going down. I mean, next week this thing will continue to see reductions. Okay, let's take a look at the chat. Chat is here. How long have I been talking to you guys? 38 minutes, all right. So yeah, okay, let's go over to my X profile, my X timeline, and let's see, maybe stumble upon something more to discuss here, because from the chart, that's everything I can give you right now from the crypto charts. Nothing else really comes to my mind. I'm searching in my head, what else could I discuss here, but I think that would be it. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see total 3. Confirming what is happening on others. It's been a long time since I looked at total 3. Usually I almost don't do it. I almost don't don't attach much credibility to it, much value to it. Why? Because it has tricked me quite a few times in the past, and the others chart, I've noticed that the others chart was actually telling me the truth. This one was lying to me, and the other chart was telling me the truth. So, don't blame the player, blame the game. But it's looking good. It's looking good too. I always say, back in the day, like, I don't know, 5 months ago, when last time I was reviewing total 3 chart together with others chart, I was giving you that tip, guys, that primarily look at others chart, and if you want to search for confirmation, then look at total 3. But if total 3 is telling you something and the others chart is clearly negating it, then go with the others chart. But right now here, the other chart is looking good, and this one is looking good too, in my eyes, because it's literally the same setup, right? The same setup I've been discussing. So we are having this uptrend, this over excitement here, just for front running, the things a little bit too early, and but we maintain the uptrend here. So that is why, together with, again, higher highs here and higher lows here, I think we are on. This is just the beginning of the upward trajectory. Yeah. Okay, let's discuss. My time rumor, not rumor, rumor. Sorry. BlackRock is reportedly pressuring the US SEC to. Yeah, that one is going to be a biggie, definitely, because and it has a huge potential to steal the show from Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has no dividends, and staking, I think, by TradFi guys will be treated as a dividend, even though it is not. It's actually a completely different thing, because it increases the supply. Dividends, usually they do not increase the supply of the stock, but it will, for some time, it will make people run for Ethereum instead of running for Bitcoin. So and that since there is still a huge population in the crypto space that believes that Ethereum leads the way for altcoins, I think that is becoming less and less the case. The more time passes by, it becomes less and less true. But right now it still has that beliefs, that movement in the space still has some strength. So once Ethereum staking gets approved, that will definitely push up the Ethereum price, and pretty much guaranteed at that point, altcoins are going to go absolutely crazy, because that will also mean that other coins with staking, they at least have some chances of getting their spot ETFs too. Like, for example, Solana. I don't know what else has staking. Cardano. Grain of rice, world's smallest computer. Profits I've made trading. This one is really funny. That's literally the reality for most of the crypto market participants. Grain of rice. I think out of average Joes, that is literally the comparison. What fraction of them make any profit? Almost every last shirt in this market, because they approach it with literally zero strategy, and they listen to people that tell them, listen, you just hold it and stomach all of the collapse, all of the value reduction. You don't sell. You just look at it melting. So I mean, how you can succeed is, with such advices. Sorry for that. That's my touchpad, a little bit too sensitive sometimes. The breaking Jack Mallers reveals that the UAE is buying and mining billions worth of Bitcoin. Are they? Maybe. I mean, right now it is not difficult to believe it, to be honest, because as we have all seen, the Bitcoin price is rising. So it's easy to believe. Right now it's easy to believe. even if that's a complete bull crap. What is space has it so easy to push you whatever BS up down your throat. Down your throat, it has it has it so easy. And we've seen so many, even the reputable sources like on Telegraph. It tried to manipulate it how many times in the last 2 years? Like 5 times? See you at Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas next week. All right, another conference, Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas then. Bears will be obliterated over the next 6 months. I think, yeah. I've said it on few occasions already. I think until the end of third quarter, the crypto market will perform. What is totally not guaranteed for the TradFi, because again, let's take a look at it one more time. S&P on small time frame, and let's overlay with Bitcoin, and let's count the days for how long we have stayed decorrelated, where we can start counting the correlation, the earliest. I think here for 100% we can start counting the correlation. So that has been 3 days and 6 hours until now. No, it's actually longer. It's actually longer because this thing here. So it's 4 days and 6 hours because the S&P chart does not include Saturday. But yeah, it's debatable. Should we include Saturday here or not? Maybe not. Okay, let's do not include it because S&P does not trade on Saturday. Let's forget about Saturday. But yeah, at least 3 days and 6 hours. To be honest, I don't remember last time we've lasted for so long in the correlation. When was it? I mean, last time we decorrelated for 2 days. That was before COVID crash. This has been 3 days and running. And the market context, the sentiment, everything was completely different back then when we got our decorrelation for 2 days straight, and it did not end well. As you can check, you can go back, on the Bitcoin chart, switch to the daily candle and see, or even 4-hourly, maybe if TradingView allows you to go back that much in time, and check what happened. Shortly after, nothing good really. The so-called COVID crash, minus 50% from that moment. We on the second day, on the end of the second day, when we started to correlate again, we fell 50%, minus 50%. So that was nice. So if that was to repeat this time, if that were to repeat this time with 3 days of decorrelation, what would be like? Minus 75%. But no, it's not going to happen. Absolutely not going to happen. That much I can guarantee. We're not going to fall minus 70% from here. It would make completely zero sense, and believe me or not, but this market actually makes quite a lot of sense. It actually does not make anything that doesn't make sense. COVID crash, for example, my systems, they saw COVID crash, I think it was like a week before, a good week before. Almost, it was almost a full, from what I remember, almost a full week before. So yeah, to the naked eye, that was a huge surprise. People got caught hands down. But if somebody was using the right tools, it was visible from a mile away that is going to happen. Same on S&P. The COVID crash was very visible. And right now, as you may remember, because I keep showing it every single time I start these live streams. Let me delete this one. They didn't do it. Okay, now. As you remember, we are in a trade on Bitcoin, right? Plus 10%, 78, plus 10.78%. So quite a nice profit. The maximum run up was to 14%, 0.82, almost 15%. So yeah, if you were to absolutely collapse, I don't know, within the upcoming few days, then my algorithm would be long gone. My system would be long gone from this market. It would have closed this position, and and then I'll be talking about it now, right? I'll be showing it to you now. So yeah, okay, let's go back to my X timeline. Thomas Farrer. Everybody wants to know how to play this Bitcoin cycle. Here you go. Buy. Yeah, that's what they tell you. Buy the top and then stomach all of the crash when whichever happens. And yeah, that's nothing. If you don't really have a very stable source of income, that's a recipe for a disaster. Because life will get you right here. It will not get you here. It will not ask you for expenses here, for the money, for whatever could, come up. It will ask you for it right here. And we know I'm right, because you probably, the biggest names, the biggest people in the space, they advise you to do that. So you probably have done it already. And you know what I say is correct. You know I'm right. If you're like, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years, then you must know it for 100% that I'm telling you the truth. Yeah. Anyways, allow me to wrap it up. Because US Treasury Scott Bessent says stablecoins are estimated to 7x. Bullish what? Yeah, 7x in capitalization. That's very possible. That's very possible too. Yeah, allow me to wrap it up because it's weekend. Not really. We will not come across any interesting stories really. I think the most interesting part is literally what we can see in the charts. And I think next week is going to be very exciting, right? If something happens tomorrow, then naturally I will be discussing it here. Even if nothing happens, I will still be discussing it here, and I will be complaining, how boring it is that we are just silently moving up, and nobody is excited about it. But I think the fireworks will start next week, in the good sense. So yeah, share, like, and subscribe, guys. Again, consider getting yourself at least a small chunk of my meme coin, Hightech. The mint address is on the banner. Is a Solana meme coin. Other than that, if you watch it on YouTube, you will find the link to its liquidity pool in the description section of this live stream. If you want to copy paste the mint address, then go over to my X profile, and there you will be able to copy it and paste it in the search field of whichever DEX you use, and you will find it that way. With the ticker, sometimes you will not be able to find it with the ticker on on some Solana dexes, but with mint address, of course, you will always get it. So yeah, so thank you for your time, guys, and I definitely see you sometime tomorrow. Cheers.